Is Clip Studio Paint good for concept art? The short answer is yes. Clip Studio Paint does offer you tools and features that allow you to make great concept art.
Before we continue, let me tell you about Skillshare, which is a platform that has hundreds of classes about animation, drawing, illustration, and several other creative fields. We've got you guys this course from the Skillshare website about Clip Studio Paint, which will guide you through the software. It's a beginner course that anyone can join, and it is taught by the professional illustrator Ed Foychuk, who will show you everything you need about Clip Studio Paint. The course covers topics such as the interface basics, how to use the tools and layers, animation, and more. The Skillshare platform offers a wide variety of additional related courses, and the first 1,000 people to click the link in the description will receive a free month of premium membership. Alright, now back to the video.
Let's start exploring these tools and features with CSP's powerful brush engine. Create an immersive concept art that truly allows you to explore worlds, characters, and atmospheres can sometimes require you to have a roster of interesting brushes. CSP allows you to have all the interesting brushes in the world by offering you 3 sources for them. You can either use the very default brushes of the software, from those for watercolors, oils, to pastels and inks, or you can take these default brushes and use CSP's extensive modification tools to customize a brush to your liking. You can adjust everything from the brush's shape, tip, tilt, velocity, edge, pressure, sensitivity, and blend-in options, to name a few. You can make a brush that exactly reflects what you need in your workflow and the feel you need it to have. In addition, you also have the possibility to get brushes from the CSP store, a lot of which are free actually. Some need to be paid with tokens called Clippies. Jeez, so cute. Anyways, you can get these Clippies by subscribing to a gold membership or by posting free materials on the store. Another great source is that you can actually download custom brushes that are meant for Photoshop, and considering how much of a popular software Photoshop is, the pool of available brushes is bound to help you find what you need. Concept art requires you to go into uncharted territory. You might need to draw anything from a desert oasis to a sci-fi city on the moon. And for that, you need to have a point of reference to understand these concepts and create them in a realistic, convincing way. Not to mention, you have to place characters in this world and have them be posed in all different ways. For this, CSP has an interesting reference system set up with 3D features and subview window. Clip Studio Paint allows you to import 3D models to use as a reference, or use their pre-made selection of 3D figures and even pose them to your liking. This should provide you with a great reference source that doesn't require you to scrounge the internet looking for the perfect picture. In addition, you can use the subview window to add references. And you don't have to stick to one reference image. You can import many and use the arrows at the bottom to browse through them. This system of references can be a great way for you to streamline your workflow and process. As we mentioned before, concept art can mean exploring many things, from laces to chests, and Clip Studio Paint provides you with the asset library of your dreams, where you can get a wide variety of materials that don't bend to a specific type. You can have anything from brushes to 3D models. Some are free to get, and some require you to get the tokens we mentioned earlier. Let's take a look at some of these assets that can help you with concept art. For example, you have these 2 collections of 3D poses that can help you save time when it comes to customizing 3D models for reference. This brush can help you draw ruffles on a dress a lot quicker. This asset library literally has anything, from patterns, fonts, brushes, 3D models of both people and inanimate objects, and so on and so forth. The fact that CSP allows for the purchase of paid assets with the Clippy token system by posting free materials encourages the community to help each other out and populates it with the most interesting resources. When creating concept art, you might need to have a consistent theme or characters and creatures. Aside from making sure that they are drawn in the same style with the same intricate details, keeping their colors in check is also important. For this, CSP has customizable palettes. These palettes help you keep track of the exact same colors used, without you having to go back to previous drawings, importing them, and using the color picker. These palettes can also help you figure out if your different characters and creatures have distinguishable and unique color palettes of their own, as this is an essential element when creating memorable creatures and characters. When it comes to environments, palettes can help you keep the same atmosphere and feel across different pieces. You might want to communicate to the viewer that these different drawings they're seeing all tie back to a single city, country, kingdom, or whatever have you. Color can really help you establish that, and a customizable palette can help you track it and keep it consistent. You have 3D models to get your characters right on CSP, but do you have anything that can help you with environments? Well, yes you do, with the perspective rulers. In CSP, you have a grid system that helps establish perspective in all of these 3 types: 1, 2, and 3 points perspective. Different elements of the perspectives are customizable, such as the vanishing point and eye level. This tool should help you get through pieces where you are struggling to establish an environment that makes sense to the viewer and that they can understand. Furthermore, perspective can be a valuable tool of visual storytelling, where you can use it to focus on a specific spot and draw the viewer's eye to it as well. In addition to having a pre-made perspective and having the option to customize it, you can also use the perspective ruler in CSP to create your very own perspective. You don't have to be stuck with a default, you know? This should help you explore insanely creative and interesting perspectives, with a safety net of a customized perspective to have a correct base to go off of, and not fall into the trap of creating something wonky. Again, color is an important element of creating concept art. It can help set the mood and feel of the concept you are communicating to the viewer. But sometimes, trying to lay down colors for a big piece, especially environments, can take a lot of time and energy. While CSP has 2 wonderful tools to help combat the tediousness of coloring big pieces. Say hello to AI coloring and the fill tool. These tools are good for 2 different styles. If you have a painterly style piece of concept art, the AI coloring tool can be great. All you have to do is lay down splashes of colors where you need them, and the AI will color them for you. Now, the AI's coloring method tends to blur colors and merge them, which is not necessarily a bad thing when you are working with a painterly style. It can really help keep the feel natural. As for the fill tool, it helps you fill solid opaque colors across a piece even if you have unclosed lines, which can work really well with styles that use solid line work and that lean towards a graphic style. But of course, you can use either of them for whichever style you like better. The most important thing here is that you are provided with tools that make coloring less of an issue. Environment art can entail drawing the same thing over and over again. For example, you might need to repeatedly draw shoelaces in a shoe shop setting, or different round fruits and vegetables in a farmer's market. CSP makes it easier to get through these repetitive patterns with the decoration brush. The decoration brush is a brush where the tip produces an image instead of a stroke. It can be used for many different things, from populating the grass on the forestry environment you are working on, to the hundreds of chains placed on an ancient beast to keep it from escaping the dungeon. Whatever bears repeating, the decoration brush has you covered with it. You can either use the default repeating patterns, download from Clip's asset store, or better yet, you can make your own. And that's it for our video today. Would you use CSP for concept art? Or is there a better alternative? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. We would love to hear them out. With that being said, thank you for watching as always, and see you next time.